Okay, so welcome to our day 10, just one chapter a day. So as usual, objective is to kickstart a personal habit of reading books and also personal accountability to read the books and also to share knowledge through summary and takeaways, improve our public speaking skill and also ability to summarize within the given time. So each person given 3 to 5 minutes to share the title, author, chapter number, topic and summary takeaway. So today we will start off with Vera first, then followed by Andrea. Vera.
I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Chapter 5, Lesson 5, The Rich Invent Money. I'm reading the second part of it.
The rich invent money.
Okay, so which one sounds harder to you? One, you work hard, you pay 50% in taxes, save what is left. Your savings then earn 5%, which is also tax. Or number two, you take the time to develop your financial intelligence and harness the power of your brain and the assets column. If you pick option one, it takes you to save $190,000. Time is one of your greatest assets. So Robert will always hear parents say their child is doing well in school and receiving a good education. It may be good, but is it adequate?
Adequate.
Adequate. So financial intelligence is made up of forming technical skills. Accounting is financial literacy or the ability to read numbers. This is a vital skill if you want to build businesses or investments. Investing money is the science of making money. Understanding markets is the science of supply and demand. Alexander Graham Bell gave the market what it wanted. So did Bill Gates. A 75,000 house offered for 60,000 that cost 20,000 was also the result of seizing an opportunity created by the market. Someone was buying and someone was selling. The law is the awareness of accounting, corporate, state, and federal regulation. He recommend by playing by these four main technical skills. So there are 5 reasons for using examples. Is to inspire people to learn more, to let people know that it is easy if the foundation is strong, to show that anyone can achieve great wealth, to show that there are millions of ways to achieve your goal, and to show that that is not rocket science. The problem with secure investment is that they are often sanitized, that is made so safe that the gains are less. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. She read summary only.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough. So well done, Vera. Okay, well done.
Hey, say good night first.
Good night.
Take one good photograph first.
Good night, good night. Take photo.
Before you sleep.
Wow.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me double check.
Good night.
Good night, good night.
骗人啊，没有去睡的。
要来早睡。
Okay, good. So next up, can we have Andre? Are you ready, or we move on to Angela first? You need to...
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, I start first. I'm doing Start with Why by Simon Sinek. So this chapter, right, talks about 3 degrees of certainty. So they say that actually They say that actually, right, usually people make decision when they feel that they always feel that the decision is right. And they always go by the gut feelings. Okay. And when you know the decision is right, not only does it feel right, but you also rationalize it and easily put it into words. The decision then is fully balanced. So this author says that he has a former business partner, right, who usually get upset when he turn away business. And he would tell him that potential client actually didn't feel right. And that will frustrate him because the client's money was as good as everyone else. However, he still thinks that, you know, clients need to feel that it is right before they can purchase from this person. Okay, wait, I want to tell you all something important. So anyway, I go on to the next chapter already. Part 3, leaders need a following. Okay, so this author says that, right, if a company mistreats their people, usually their employees, right, will not be able to treat their customers well also, and they will not be motivated. And happy employees, right, will ensure happy customers, and happy customers will ensure happy shareholders, in that order. And trust does not simply means that because a seller makes a rational case, right, why the customer should buy a product or services. So trust is actually not a checklist. It is fulfilling all your responsibilities. Sorry. Fulfilling all your responsibilities does not create trust, but trust is a feeling, not a rational experience. We trust some people and companies even when things go wrong. And we don't trust people even though everything might have gone exactly as it should have. And trust begins to emerge when we have a sense that the other person or organization is driven by things other than their own self-gain. So with trust comes a sense of value, and value doesn't really equate with money. Value is the transference of trust. And okay, so they say, right, for leaders, right, great leadership does not solely depend on operational ability. Leading is actually not the same as being the leader. Being the leader means you hold a rank, you either earn it or you navigate through internal politics. However, leading means that others are willing to follow you. So this is what I learned, leading versus being a leader. Yeah, which I think makes the point. Okay, so I will end here because I haven't read finish. So this, my biggest takeaway will be, right, being a leader doesn't mean that people will willingly follow you, but it is how you, whether you can lead the team, which will makes people follow you. Okay, stop. 3.5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Wow. Time how? Okay, Angela is reading a book called Leading the Change That Matters. So this chapter 7 is about cultivating acceptance. So there is one poet and novelist that has said, I have learned that people will judge what you say, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel. So meaning we need to cultivate that kind of acceptance. So people actually internalize the need to change and open to consider a long-term arrangement. If awareness, the last chapter is like a first date, then acceptance is like deciding a couple. So meaning I accept you to go forward to change. So when stakeholder is being accepted, how do we actually onboard them? So that means in order to have achieving success, we need to have this kind of authentic arrangement. So that means a dynamic environment where change is coming fast and furious. We need to build trust and a sense of community so that people embrace the change from their hearts and make choices that lead to the adoption. So that means we need to have more conscious communication as authentic engagement by offering compelling reason to key stakeholders to participate in becoming active participants. So we need to use and recommend something that mirror the commitment-based approach. So he also taught, so I will, the next thing is, once you have keep your team and yourself energized and focused, we need to ensure that each and everyone is accepting this shift, and we believe, everyone the stakeholder need to believe and also engage with each other. That means you should not be so silo and then not believing in what we want to. That means what is our strategy to change. So once we also need to organize a kind of retreat as well. So at this final stage, once we have accept the acceptance and we are all going through together, we need to pause in preparation for moving into the acceptance stage. That means we need to use, that means we need to also have a pit stop if we are moving too fast. So maybe we can have a retreat day to achieve a small milestone, or so that people will gain the acceptance stage. And then the next, so once you plan a retreat day, people are more relaxing, so we do not feel the stress in it as well. So overall, this chapter, I would say that cultivated the acceptance is like when it's like the first state is like awareness, then you accept is like your first state, you accept that couple to go together. So in layman, they're trying to talk about this when you are leading a change lah. So in overall, after a change, you need to know where to have a pit stop, and then everybody have the retreat. Enjoy it. Yes, back to you, Vern.
Okay, thank you, Angela. So how long was that, Audrey?
3 minutes and 27 seconds.
Wow, we are all very good now.
Efficient already, I tell you, we all pro already.
Yeah,
Okay, next up, can we
mantap.
have Winston followed by Sylvia? So next up, Winston.
Okay, so I'm reading the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So I'm at this chapter, How to Make People Like You Instantly. Okay, so there's one law, so which is always to make the other person feel important when talking to them. And we do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Yeah. So you want the approval of those whom you come in contact, and you want the recognition of your true worth. And you want a feeling that you are important in your little world, but you don't want to listen to cheap, insincere flattery. So what we crave for is actually sincere appreciation. Okay, so we don't have to wait until we are very accomplished to start this philosophy of appreciation. We can work magic with it almost every day. So we can start by using little phrases such as, I'm sorry to trouble you, would you please, thank you, would you mind? These kind of little courtesies, right, are like hallmark of good breeding. So it shows your character as well as make the other person happier. Okay, so. Okay, so there's this story about this George Eastman. George Eastman was the one who invented the film to make motion pictures available. So you can imagine back in those days, right? He's actually a very wealthy millionaire. So, okay, so he was building this school, and there was this contractor, James. He wanted to get an order from him. So when he met the architect, right, the architect told him, hey, this George Eastman is actually very busy, so you can only have 5 minutes of his time. If you exceed these 5 minutes, right, I think your good has gone already. So James, he went in with a heart to finish his speech in 5 minutes. But as he was waiting in the room outside, right, he started admiring his office because he himself is a carpenter. So it sort of resonated with him. So when he first saw the Mr. Eastman, he told him that he has been admiring his office. So Mr. Eastman was quite taken aback by this thing. Hey, like, you notice my office. So after that, they started talking a lot. And then initially he was only given 5 minutes. but actually 2 hours has passed and they are still talking. Okay, and then from that time of this event, right, until the death of Mr. Eastman, right, the two of them were very close friends. So this went to show that this little appreciation of the office actually led to a big deal, and of course to a lifelong good friend. Yep. So that sums up this chapter of make the other person feel important and do it sincerely, and they will like you instantly. So thank you. That's my sharing.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. So how long was it, Andrea?
3 minutes 18 seconds. Wow, winner.
Okay, next up, can we have Sylvia?
Okay. My book is Questions Are the Answer by Ellen Pease. Today is talking about section 4 of this book, 6 tremendous techniques for making positive impression. So there are 4 areas over which we can have some control for our first impression. So the first technique is, there are your handshake, smile, dress, and personal space. So the first technique for this making positive impression is palm power. When used correctly, palm power invests its user with a degree of authority and silent command. So there's 3 kinds of palm gesture. First one is palms up, means submissive. Second one, palms down, means dominant. Third one is palm point finger, means aggressive. So research into both the palm down and pointed finger gesture show that listeners rate speakers as more aggressive, forceful, smug, or arrogant, and they can recall less of what the speaker said. This is because the listener was judging the speaker's attitude and not listening to the information. So if you are a habitual finger pointer, try practicing the palm up and palm down position, and you'll find the combination of this position can create a more relaxed atmosphere, and you will have a more positive impact on your audience. Technique 2 is the handshake. So there is 3 kinds of handshake. So this like that, right? The one on top means is dominance control. And the one that's below, right, facing below, means that you are giving other people the control. So these 2 handshake is no good lah. Not good for creating report. So the best handshake to create report through is equality. You just make it like equal, face right and left, not face up and down. So this can make everyone feel comfortable and non-threatening, and give the same grade that you receive from the person. So it makes easier for everyone to feel open to new ideas and less judgmental of each other. Handshake to avoid is double handling. This person may feel the giver to be insecure, less worthy, and have ulterior motive. Always try to stick to single hand handshake. Third technique is left hand holding. Practice holding folders, pictures, briefcase, suitcase, and drinks in your left hand. Because normally the first impression to greet people is to use your right hand for handshake. If we hold something before the handshake, the first impression will be different already. So technique 4 is smile power. Smile is an ancient appeasement signal. So the more you smile, it will be better for your business, personal life, as it shows others you are not threat to them. Technique 5 is territorial respect. Different culture, people will have different personal space. So if you are standing close to someone and you notice they move back each time you move forward, keep your distance and resist moving forward. They are telling you this is the amount of space they need for comfort. So if people if the people isn't touching you, leave them alone. If the people seems to be constantly touching you, return their touch, or they may feel you don't like them. Technique 6 is just for success. Don't dress to your own taste or comfort level, dress for your expectation. Dressing like your prospect will make them feel comfortable by you. They won't necessarily want to follow you. This is the end of chapter 4.
Okay, well done, Sylvia. Today, very good. So, Andrea, what's the timing?
Sorry, in the beginning I forget the time, but I think around 4 minutes and a half like that.
Okay, too engrossed to her sharing already. Okay, thank you. So next up, can we have Marcus?
Okay, so my book title is The Wealth Dragon Way by John Lee and Vincent Wall. Today I'm on chapter 5, but chapter 5 is a bit long, so I will split into three parts. Chapter 5 is Welcome to the Parallel Universe. So in the film The Matrix, so Morpheus is trying to explain to Neo that the world he has been living in this virtual world where everything is programmed and controlled by machines. Morpheus wants the real very different place. There's the world we are programmed to believe in by the powers that be, and then there is a very different world that we could live in if we are prepared to shake off the blinkers. In this real world, we have far more choices than we previously thought we had. Many people find it to reject the world they grown accustomed to living in and challenge what they have been taught. They rather live blindly. So Morpheus tells Neo that we can show you the door. You have to walk through it. Okay, if you all watch Matrix before. Okay, so the value of embracing failure. One of the biggest misconception about entrepreneurs is the assumption that their success is always dependent on starting from an advantageous position. In most cases, nothing could be further from the truth. Some have had help, no doubt, but many have risked everything to get where they are today. The only difference between a successful entrepreneur and someone who gave up after a setback is simply that the unsuccessful person gave up. It's important to fail and to keep failing on your way to success. But you haven't ultimately failed until you quit. Successful people simply don't quit. In your universe, failure is frowned upon. You are taught to avoid failure and to be ashamed of it. In the parallel universe, successful people embrace failure because they know that no one has ever been truly successful without failing plenty of times. The truth about failing, we have been told it is bad to fail. The undesirable truth is failure is an essential step on the path to success. So the learning curve, one of the reasons so many people don't succeed in what they get off the learning curve just before it starts to produce results. Far too many people get off the learning curve just before the critical upturn. They jump onto a new learning curve. When that one doesn't produce the result they want, they jump onto another one. They keep jumping. It's as if they're running around in circles, getting nowhere. We all know someone who done this. Most of us have been that someone. If you want to succeed, you can't be fickle. You have to stick to one learning curve and keep on accepting that obstacle and pitfalls are essential part of learning curve. After all, as a old saying goes, experience is what we get when we don't get what we want. So as Bruce Lee said, I fear not the person who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one cake 10,000 times. So ending it, in your universe, when you don't succeed on your chosen path, after a while, you are advised to change it. In the parallel universe, you stick to your path, go through the pain barrier, and get on the accelerated section of the learning curve. Okay, so there is this, let me just change my background. There's this graph here, as you can see. So this graph here is proficiency. Then bottom is years, time. So you can see the graph actually goes upwards. Then the middle part here is actually the learning curve. Yeah. So you have to keep trying, then break through that learning curve. Then you will be able to accelerate from there. Yeah. So my takeaway is actually boost these words that I fear not the person who practice that 10,000 kicks once only, but I fear the person who practice that one kick 10,000 times. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marcus. Definitely a lot of 4 minutes, is it?
4 minutes, 50 seconds.
Okay. I think it's good idea to split into a big part into a few segments. Okay, which what I should be doing but I'll be delaying. Okay, so today I'll be sharing the chapter 10 of this book, Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. So chapter 10 will be how can I develop leaders? Of course, everything rises and falls upon leadership, and basically leaders are hard to find, hard to train, and hard to hold. But developing leaders is actually very rewarding activity. So over here, there are 10 questions related to this. So first question, what's the best way to identify leadership potential in others? Because just like finding a book, if you don't know what kind of book you want to read, it's very hard to find. But if you already have a certain criteria, certain selection criteria, then it's much more easier. So over here, there are a couple of criteria. The first criteria is leaders are catalysts. So they have the ability to make things happen. Okay. So second criteria is leaders are influencer. Basically, because we talk about leadership is influencing, so they are able to influence people. So if you are able to influence your friends and family members, it's considered a lower level of influencing. If you are able to influence your colleagues or even department, there's high ability of influencing. Okay. Third one would be the leaders are relationship builder. So good leaders like people and people like them. All right. Fourth criteria will be leaders are gatherer. Basically, they possess quality of attraction. People like to spend time around them. All right. So fifth criteria is leaders are value adder. So they see their role as an opportunity for them to value others, to help others rather than just themselves. So criteria number 6 is leaders are opportunists. That means they are able to see opportunity, willing to take good risk. Okay. So if you see this, you have to pay attention. Leaders are also finisher. That's the second criteria. So they take responsibility, embrace opportunity, and also follow through. So they are able to commit, and also they can be counted to finish it. So these are 7 criteria you can use as a gauge, okay, to find your leader that has people who have leadership potential in your team, for example. So question number 2 is developing leaders more of art or science. So we talk about art or science, most likely we talk about IQ and EQ. So it's actually both. You need to develop both skill sets. Third question, how do you help people realize the talent within them? How do you help people believe in themselves? Now, of course, there's a couple of things that you can proceed. First of all, find evidence that they want to grow. Okay, because how can you tell the person want to grow? By their attitude and also the effort they put in. So next one, you identify their strength, because a lot of people major in their weakness. They build up their weakness, but over here you want to build up their strength. All right, and help them to figure. If they don't know, help them to figure out what's their strength. Next one, increase their confidence. Okay, so basically there are 2 kinds of people who have confidence. One is high level of mastery. The other one is don't know anything, and they thought everything is simple. And of course, in the middle, there are a group of people who need help gaining confidence in themselves, which is a large portion of people. All right. So of course, first thing what we can do is that by believing in them that they have potential, and also expressing our belief in them as well. Next one, give them a place to practice, because only when they practice, they put what they are learned to in action. They make mistake, then they can learn and grow. Okay. Next one will be coach them improvement. So you need to work alongside them. All right. Give them security and walk through difficult problems, for example, so that as they gain experience, give them more space. The next one will be keep increasing their responsibility. When they develop a certain level of leadership, rather than you getting out from them, okay, you still need to guide them along, slowly giving them more and more responsibility along the way, step by step. So question number 4, how can you help people to achieve their maximum potential when they are in their comfort zone and don't care to leave it? All right. So first of all, you need to show them a vision for their better future. Treat them as they are, but as they could be. Okay, treat them not as they are, but as they could be. Meaning to say that you need to treat them as people who desire to reach their potential, and basically they believe that in time most people will rise up. Set them up for a win. That means let them have a small win. Okay, to gain also the confidence as well. So question number 5, how do you determine how much time to give someone who you are developing? So you focus on 20% of people in your team, okay? And once they develop their skill set, okay, they can also be helping you to help develop the rest of 80%. So how do you define your 20%? By their passion, teachability, and capacity. So question number 6, how do you release or give up on people you are leading after you have done what you could to help them? Okay, it's okay if you believe it's okay to let them go if they happen to fall into any one of these category. You've given them the chance to change, but they haven't. They have broken trust. You realize that you will not hire them again today. All right. Next up, question number 7. I have empowered others to lead and come back only to find them without progress and back to doing the same old things. What should I think differently? So first thing, we must understand that we can't change anybody else. People have to change themselves through their choices. Okay. However, you can create an environment that promotes growth. So you can treat them as though they are your partner rather than an employee. You can stay ahead of your strongest one. That means you need to keep growing yourself better than them. Reward achievers financially, invest in achiever relationship. That means you mentor them, give them more time for one-to-one. And of course, you need to stretch them, okay? Give them environment to stretch themselves, more challenges. Question number 8, how can you overcome disappointment when you invest a lot of time, money, work, and heart, and they leave? Of course, this happens, so there's nothing much you can do, but you can try your best to keep them and don't give them a reason to leave. Question number 9, what's the most important thing a leader must learn in order to become a leader of leader? Okay, of course, leader naturally follows leader that's better than them. Okay, so you need to earn the rights and achieve success first. So question number 10, how do you move people into your inner circle? So of course, inner circle is something that you can be creating for yourself, just like this inner circle. So of course, inner circle, you have to find people whom you trust, okay, who has a certain history that you know them better, people who have experience, okay, not just business experience, but also life experience, people who have achieved certain level of success, people whom you like. At the same time, they have the capacity to work with you in the inner circle, okay. So last but not least, you have not yet developed inner circle, okay, highly encourage you to come up with one. Now, some members will eventually leave you, some will probably hurt you, but at the end of the day, all of them will help you, and you never regret bringing them all together. With that, that's the end of chapter 10. Thank you.
What's the next book that you want to read, Valen? John Maxwell again.
Yeah, I take a one. Magic.
Oh, I have this magic also, but I haven't read finish.
These are daily tasks, daily things to do. So when I
Wow.
change, you will change too, as long as you follow daily routine.
So he's going to ask us to do the task. Okay, good.
Okay, so how long was that, Andrea? Feels like a 6 minute.
6 minutes 50 seconds.
Wow, you're good, right? But
老教 this one 老教。
你懂了嘞。
Yeah, mine last chapter must give him a bit more time.
And then I've
Yeah.
been doing my recording. So just now, today I did 2 recording for 2 chapters. So I posted one. I already upload everything to YouTube already. So now it's a LinkedIn and a Facebook. Facebook, I uploaded to chapter 7. Then LinkedIn only chapter 2. So I use the same content.
Hey, so
I post
how's the
to different platform.
how's the YouTube subscriber now?
Not many. I never advertise, ma.
You never advertise. That's mean it's a private lah.
It's a public, but you need to promote it lah. Then really will get the number of people.
No, do you know James Yao? His wife speak about parenting. Just short while, you don't know how many subscribers or not?
Understand, but
How he do
you
that?
must promote it somewhere, ma. Then people will go there and watch and subscribe. Else you based on keyword.
哇，200 plus 嘞，within 2 weeks 嘞，怎么做到？我要去
可以
问他。
做到的，
啊？
可以做到的，可以做到的。Okay, so anything that you want to take away from today's session? Anything to share? Any takeaway?
Learning curve, learning
Curve.
graph.
Oh, thanks.
Learning graph,
Winston one is the admire the office. Then potentially will get. Yeah.
So always find something
Silver
good
one
about
is
that
handshake.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Angela
good.
one is retreat. I remember the word retreat.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
retreat.
to have a
So
retreat,
no,
yeah.
yeah, must cannot
Yeah.
always do, then never think of people will retreat.
Yeah.
I like Vern's one just now the one you share. The
The
last part.
Inner circle.
Inner circle.
Inner circle, yeah.
Yeah, inner circle is not easy, but you have to find people whom you can work with to trust to really move on together, or else you need to let them go.
I've been hearing about this
Yeah.
inner circle, but actually I do not know how to implement this inner circle. What does that mean? Or
Inner circle can be a master group. Okay, it's like a mastermind. Okay, it can be a mastermind. BNI is also inner circle. Okay, in a business inner circle. Inner circle are basically a group of people whom you want to do something together. Okay, and basically they are people whom you trust. They can uplift each other. And basically they are able to move on together. That means if there's a task, we will move on together to fulfill that task. So you can consider this as an inner circle, but it's not very, very strict kind of inner circle. It's just a group that we are doing certain things together. But if you want to make it even more powerful, the inner circle can be doing big projects as well together. But this is more of a learning kind of inner circle. That means we don't anyhow allow people to come in. The person must fulfill certain criteria, then they can come in. Kind of thing.
Must be self-motivated type one.
It'll be easier.
Yeah, correct. Must be the self-motivated. Cannot get correct.
So if you think about it, it can also be a power team in a sense. In BNI context, a power team. That means yes, we all will be able to help each other, but you have a certain commitment to each other. So not everybody can access to this inner circle.
True.
So anything else? No. Okay, fantastic. So basically, like I mentioned, please, if possible, do at least a snippet, 1 minute or whatever, that take away from your chapter and do in the video and post it inside. Okay?
You're cool already. No, Andrea also do it already. Not bad.
Yeah, Andrea. Then let's see who's the next brave one to do it. Just one snippet of your content that you feel is good, that you want to share. So no need to be the whole chapter, but that one part of it. Just one part of it. Even just now, Winston shared about the appreciating.
Yeah.
Okay, you can share this story. So what's your takeaway from this story? And that's about it. Very short one. Okay. Ken, fantastic. So tomorrow I'll see each other. I'll see you guys. So with that, that's the end of today's session. Okay.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night. Bye.